ऑटोमेटेड हो गया उसमें मैंने बर्न कोई भी लगाया हाँ रैपल साउंड है अच्छा फिर वो येलो फ्यूज वगैरह येलो और ब्राउन येलो और ब्राउन लाइट पे इट्स ब्राउन कलर का पोटेंशियल ये सेपरेट बेड है यार डोंट मेक प्लेस फॉर हर बेटा आ जाओ यहाँ पे नहीं कर सकेंगे आप अरे क्या करते हैं तो क्रिस्टलाइजेशन करना पड़ेगा क्या डिहाइड्रेशन करना पड़ेगा आप लोगों का कौन से पेपर से करा रहे हो लोग एक तो मेरे छाटने को दे रहे हैं पार्ट विल कम ताकि आ रहे हैं आज तो केमिस्ट्री है बायो लेक्चर कैंसिल मैथ्स क्या वो सर मैथ्स तो मैथ्स में सर आया था पता नहीं कैंसिल यस तुमको कैसे नहीं याद करने के तो बाहर से पढ़ करके शुरू करोगे व्हाट इज योर स्कोर दिस टेस्ट आपने नहीं दिया ये तो लिंक मैंने घर पे आपको एक सब्जेक्ट चलेगा but what is the score
14
only which topics were good for test
कौन सा गवर्नमेंट कोई नहीं होगी
but what is the second ये तो कैसे
कौन सा
maths चला गया then symbol okay MCQ question number 3
पेपर है सर
क्वेश्चन ऐसा कौन सा इलेक्ट्रॉन सो हाइड्रोजन आंसर लिखा था ना उसमें हाइड्रोजन का एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है टॉपिक नंबर वाज गिवन एंड राइट ना तो
एटॉमिक नंबर नहीं किया था किसी भी क्वेश्चन पे ही
Tahir, what was question number 3? You have question paper? I have
सब कुछ
what was the question number 3 थे?
निकालना पड़ता
Proper string नहीं आता है नहीं
हमारे पास से नहीं हमारे पास
नहीं बेटा आप ये है ना हमारा वाला बात होता है the agreement which does not contain any given okay agreement having reference to क्या लिखा है आपने ये हाइड्रोजन सारे आते हैं तो उसको है ना periodic table आपको ये रहा है सब आंसर आंसर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक क्या है isotopes the shell closest to the nucleus of an atom कौन है K global gas having two plates the answers यहाँ पे मॉडल करने अच्छा है ऐसा मुझे नहीं सकता आप ये उस पर फायदा नहीं है बात करिए अपनी काम करते हैं नाइन नंबर्स की स्कोर
मेरा एलिमेंट 3 आती है अब कहाँ गए हो यार?
उसमें कितना
पता है मुझे, पर वो याद नहीं है। बाद में देखा मैंने तब समझा। और मेरा 2 बार किससे गया? MCQ।
चलो रखो अभी सब कुछ। दिस इज योर अटेंडेंस फॉर टुडे। बायो लेक्चर इज कैंसल, से मुझे कॉल करके बुलाया है। ओके, नेक्स्ट टाइम रीड क्वेश्चन प्रॉपर्ली।
आज 2 लेक्चर है ना?
कंप्लीट ऑलमोस्ट इज प्रॉपर। दैट इज हाउ क्वेश्चन आंसर सेशन।
वाटर का बड़ा है। आज खत्म हो स्कूल
इट इज नॉट सो बड़ा, वो अनवांटेड एक्टिविटीज उसमें डाला हुआ है ना, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज बड़ा।
काम उसका बहुत बड़ा है। वो खत्म नहीं होगा।
आज नहीं होगा।
आज हो सकता है अगर
नहीं, आज मैं खत्म नहीं करूँ। आज मैं खत्म नहीं उसको करूंगी बिकॉज़ ऐसा ही कर रहा जल्दी कर। क्यों वाई ऑफ क्राइंग? ओके, एनीवेज थोड़ा सा उस दिन वाला रिवाइज करते हैं मंडे का पार्ट। Keep your paper in. Boys, take your notebook out. What you want, send me to it. Anyways, we have two sessions. Take your notebook out. Hello, but you are okay na today? No issue. Better, very good. Separate बैठो तो it will be better for me, girls.
पूरा दिन ही सोया। रात से।
I woke up at 3:40.
I woke up at last day 7 o'clock.
आपको खाना बनाना होता है, you have to travel here and there full day.
केमिस्ट्री का पेपर था।
अच्छी बात है ना बेटा, पढ़ोगे तो पढ़ोगे आगे।
मैं पढ़ रहा था।
So do one thing now, whenever that topic is completed in the school, whichever part is completed now, do it on the same day. Last day में सिर्फ revision ही करना है. Open your notebook. Notebook. I want notebook, huh? Every table I want notebook. Open it. Write down today's date. You all are very lazy in writing, huh? वो आपको पता है paper. हाँ, सुंदर लिखा सच में. आपको दूंगी मैं celebration के लिए. So it's a mark for me. Okay, वैसे भी है, चलो you stop all other activities. उस दिन भी मैंने बोल के रखा है आपको, you have to focus on this topic. बाकी का नहीं तो no matter it is in second term, third term, first term, जब कब हो गया attendance? Done? जल्दी कर चलो. So water molecular formula, class molecular formula of water
H2O.
H2O. Number of atoms, hydrogen atom, oxygen atom.
2 hydrogen atoms, 1
One oxygen atom. Okay. Molecular mass of water 18. And how to
18.
calculate molecular mass?
Hydrogen's mass multiplied by 2 plus oxygen's mass.
हाँ, mass. So mass of hydrogen atom or mass of oxygen atom, you have to learn it. अभी आपका पेपर देखा तो they are not giving you any masses, numbers they are not providing. आपको सब कुछ even periodic table you have to check.
नहीं मैम, आपका mass क्वेश्चन में लास्ट टाइम मास दिया है. अच्छा दिया है. फर्स्ट चैप्टर में.
चलो. ओके, आगे आगे जैसे जॉमिना दे विल नॉट प्रोवाइड. एटॉमिक नंबर मास नहीं देने वाले, याद रखना ये चीज. नहीं दे. सब कुछ इतना हलवा नहीं देते, थोड़ा सा कुछ तो इसके लिए भी काम छोड़ दे.
नंबर 9 और 10 में दे रहे.
What is the matter if you learn the mass of few elements at least 320? हाँ, at least 20, 1 to 20 atomic number.
320.
नहीं, up to 20, 20, 20.
Multiplied by 2 ना.
Multiply by 2. It is almost done. Point में है, here we are having something. Okay, so atomic mass of what? Molecular mass of water, it is 18. How to calculate? 1 or 2 example I have solved here and even I have asked you to solve. Ammonia का मैंने आपको solve करने बोला था. I don't know whether you have done or not. Then what is the another name? Chemical name of water? Chemical.
Dihydrogen.
हाँ, dihydrate किसका?
Dihydrogen oxide.
Oxide.
Dihydrogen oxide.
Oxide and one more. और एक है, दो है. देखो मैंने जो लिखा के दिया, it is hydrate of oxygen. It is hydrate of oxygen. Okay, so in your book it is given dihydrogen oxide or you can say hydrate of oxygen. Then the next thing which we have done about the percentage of water on the earth's surface. So total how much?
71%.
71%, and from that
1% is
2. Okay, so you have done seen that in Google, Baba. how much is drinkable water? Recent wala figure. Check it, huh? Check it. And remaining amount of water, it is completely saline. But by using RO, it can be further utilized. Huh? Remember this. You
Can
know,
be utilized but not be drank. It
right.
cannot be drank
So
until unless further processing.
हाँ तो ऐसे बोलो ना कंप्लीट करो आंसर आपका whether there is how Gulf countries are using water processing करते हैं they are using that saline
इसलिए
water.
उधर पानी महंगा होता
पानी महंगा होता है because purification process में टाइम
Process.
चला जाता है okay then the next thing states of ए बंद करो बातें करना बंद करो states of matter oh sorry states of water three state okay solid liquid and gaseous state in solid state we can add solid ice in liquid state only water and gaseous state vapors water vapors or steam you can say then next thing which we have discussed is enthalpy latent heat of vaporization and latent heat of condensation so vaporization and condensation how you can define vaporization पात्र सब side में vaporization means what
The process.
तू लंबा चौड़ा कर मत I want answer in short
Direct answer दे दो.
direct answer
Process in which liquid turns into gaseous state.
gaseous state and whatever heat is required that heat it is known as latent heat of vaporization वो आगे term लगा देना है उसके and condensation
Is the process in which gas changes into liquid.
gas vapors water vapors change it into liquid on cooling right now so latent heat of condensation after that we have started with the physical properties of water कौन से physical properties हमने देखे थे there be or physical property में you can have these type of question huh? So read all the points which is given in your textbook for physical property starting with the color taste appearance कैसा है color water is colorless odorless tasteless okay अपने book में it is given tasteless लेकिन sugar डालने के बाद में it is no longer tasteless okay then next thing boiling point of water 100 degrees Celsius now in under boiling point again one due reason we have seen do you remember that due reason मैंने आपको एक दिया था pressure cooker वाला हाँ तो क्या था वो what was that due reason
because on the
question पहले question मुझे बता दो question क्या
okay why is pressure cooker used at high altitudes
okay answer
pressure cooker is used at high altitudes as in low pressure the temperature decreases and the food does not get cooked as fast as on normal sea level so pressure cooker are used to maintain high pressure in the cooker and cook the food faster
fast
comparative
okay correct है okay then next point we have seen related with the impurities how does impurities affect boiling point and freezing point
the more the impurities the more the boiling point the more the impurities the less the freezing point impurities ज्यादा होंगे freezing point कम होगा impurities ज्यादा होंगे boiling point ज्यादा होगा
बस हाँ यही है ना right ना two arrows are shown for boiling point upward arrow more the impurities higher will be the boiling point similarly the same more number of impurities freezing point it will still go down okay impurities में रहेगा तो both freezing point as well as boiling point is affected by that then after that relative density now again here you can have one question so right there IMP this point is related with the density पहले point डाल के रखो वहाँ पे density point डालो वहाँ पे relative density after freezing point till freezing point we have completed ना next point is the density हो गया उसे किया था ना हमने impurity step check that we have done इसलिए बात लिखते बेटा सब लिखते रख point whatever we are doing ना write it down okay now next one it is relative density now for this density point there is so many things to discuss let us start with the mathematical equation for density so what is that formula of density डेंसिटी का फॉर्मूला क्या है हाँ Density D is equal to
F upon K.
M upon,
V.
right now, M upon V. Now density. M is what?
Mass.
Mass. V is what?
Volume.
Volume. What is relation of density with mass?
The weight.
Relation direct or inverse. Look at this equation. Inverse. Direct. And with volume. इनवर्स ओके ये चीज आप अच्छे से दिमाग में फिट करके रख देना डेंसिटी विथ मास इट इज डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड एंड डेंसिटी विथ वॉल्यूम इट इज इनवर्सली रिलेटेड ओके नाउ इन केस ऑफ वाटर वी हैव ऑल थ्री स्टेट्स सॉलिड लिक्विड एज वेल एज वेपर वेपर ऑल थ्री स्टेट्स वी हैव अभी यहाँ पे मुझे बोलो दिस एंड दिस वेयर यू विल फाइंड वेपर प्रेशर किसमें किस कौन से स्टेट में वेपर प्रेशर होगा इसमें इस एल में वेपर प्रेशर होगा एंड व्हाट इज मीनिंग ऑफ वेपर प्रेशर
The molecules would be more active and would try to get released from its state.
हाँ एंड वो तो वेपर हो गया ना वेपर प्रेशर मतलब वॉट एवर प्रेशर दे आर एक्सर्टिंग ऑन दिस लिक्विड दैट प्रेशर इट इज वेपर प्रेशर आपका आंसर यहाँ तक करेक्ट है vapor side form. But what we are saying, vapor pressure. This means what? Some pressure created by the vapor formed on the surface of the liquid. That pressure, it is a vapor pressure. So here, as it is solid, there is no vapor pressure, right? For liquid, there is a vapor pressure. Similarly for vapors, वो तो they are already in the vapor state. Vapor pressure create होगा? Yes or no? They are in vapor state.
हाँ बनेगा
बनेगा. As compared to this, where is more vapor pressure? More vapors. Vapors में okay steam भी उसको हम लोग बोल रहे हैं. We are saying gas also. So we have all three state. Okay. This is crystalline solid state where there are no vapors. तो हाथ निकाल. आज मेरे क्लास में एक लड़की थी उसका पीटी का रिजल्ट मिला था शी स्कोर 38 आउट ऑफ 40 पूरा टाइम ना वी वर डिस्कसिंग वैलेंसी you might be knowing there are K, L, M, N shell. I asked her where are you now in which shell she was saying hey मैं तो आउट ऑफ रेंज ही है रेंज में आ जा K में आ जा वैसा हाल मत करो इधर ही रहना ओके solid, liquid and gases in solid. Last time we have discussed molecules are away from each other, intermolecular forces of, molecules are close to each other, intermolecular forces of attraction are very high. ये सब हमने किया था, but there are no vapors. In case of liquid, molecules are little bit away. Okay? But if you consider by the means of vapor, then vapors are more inert. More pressure is created, vapor pressure is created here rather than this. Now you will ask me, ma'am, यही पढ़ाना था, then why you gave us this equation? Okay. Now the life in aquatic bodies in water, winter में तो आपको पता है उसका ice हो जाता है water bodies में, है ना? तो what is the principle behind that? Natural life है aquatic animals, plants, everything is there, but at the topmost layer there is formation of ice. Instead of that, अगर किसी ने नहीं देखा है तो मैं आपको simple वाला example देती हूँ. हमारे freeze में we are keeping ice tray. Okay, after 15-20 minutes, if you take that ice tray out और उसमें थोड़ा ऐसा भी पेन मारो, कुछ भी मारो, pinch करो उसको, you will find that the thin layer is there. Pura it is not converted into ice right now. Under that thin layer there is a water. So after 2 hours, 3 hours, that water solid is formed. It is completely converted into ice. So what is that particular process known as, and how does it play a role in the life of aquatic plants and animals? जरा सोचो और मुझे बता दो क्या हो हाँ विंटर्स में वहां पे आइस फॉर्म होते हैं पिक्चर में बहुत बार दिखाते हैं फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज अ वाटर बॉडी हियर ओके दिस कंप्लीट पार्ट Your ice layer is there. यहाँ पे you will find fishes. They are still alive without converting into that particular state, solid state. फ्रीज नहीं होते, वो जिंदे ही रहते हैं. ऊपर सिर्फ एक लेयर रहता है, नीचे वाटर रहता है. So what is principle behind this? Why it is happening? Hibernation. Okay, चलो. They are going in hibernation. Age वाला factor it remain as it is. Anything else? Death. So what happens due to death?
The ice starts freezing from the topmost layer to the bottommost part.
Okay.
It does not freeze from the bottom to the topmost part.
But वो वाला जो ice का cube है ना, जो
Abnormal behavior of water.
हाँ, abnormal behavior of water वो तो सही है, लेकिन उसका surface पे भी वो convert होता है ना.
Surface पे ही convert होता है.
Surface पे भी convert होता है. Okay, तो it is due to abnormal behavior of
The
water.
survivability of
हाँ, तो
that is what-
survive ये यहाँ पर ice है. Okay, अगर यहाँ पे ice है, question is different. I will come to you. यहाँ पर ice है, but still this fish is alive in water.
Because the
Understood ना?
because
Understood.
at it takes place at only a defined temperature 4 degrees Celsius to -4 to 4 degrees Celsius. In -4, let's take -4 degrees Celsius. In -4 degrees Celsius, the topmost layer of the ice gets freeze, and the water which is present below that layer is as it is, and the aquatic life is present over there.
They are adapters in a certain place so that they can do.
This
They
is not
the fish.
नहीं. First thing, we have to see the relation between density and age. Second thing, the concept is of density, right now this concept is of density. और जैसे पास में बताया, it is showing some different behavior, abnormal behavior. In our book, the term is given analogous behavior. Now, what is this analogous behavior? Now, normally when you cool any substance, other than water, then it will be converted into,
It will shrink.
it will shrink due to cooling. That liquid phase, it is converted into, मेरा turn है, now my turn. After that, your turn. Okay, so that liquid, it is converted into solid state. Okay, when it is completely converted or converted to the solid state, we say that it is a freezing point. But water, it is having unique property. Remember this thing, Tahir. I don't like Tahir. क्यों पता है? सुनेगा? आंसर अच्छा नहीं था पर्सनली. मेरे ससुर जी का नाम ताहिर. बहुत इरिटेट करते थे.
हाँ, आप भी क्या irritate हो? सब teachers से irritate हो.
आते तो अच्छा ये आपसे नहीं इससे आप लेकिन तो पूछो नहीं तो पूछो डाल. बट हमको पहले हमारा पॉइंट क्लियर करने दो एंड देन यू कैन आस्क. इस बीच में मुझे मत रुका. ओके, क्योंकि है ना, जैसे मैंने बोला, मैं सुबह में 3:45 उठ के अपना काम कर रही हूँ. स्कूल का काम किया, पेपर करेक्ट किए हैं, उसके बाद में मैं सनपाड़ा से एडजस्ट. ओके, तो व्हाट, let me complete this point, then we will discuss. Okay, what happened?
So that is
Where will we? Then
directly pull away.
yes. अभी समझ में आया मेरा 4:45 उठने का रीजन क्या? चलो, तो water, it is a showing unique property. What happens when you start cooling water? But please, कुछ डाउट नहीं चाहिए मुझे. बाद में start cooling water, what happens? Topmost layer, it will be converted into liquid, solid form. Okay, but still we are cooling as per the knowledge. Like other substances, if you are referring, when they are getting shrink, वो ऐसे shrink होके they are completely converted into solid state. But this not happened with water. Water का क्या हो जाता है? वो shrink नहीं होता. Instead of that, it expands. It expands. Okay, expand होता है मतलब exactly what is happening there? It form a crystalline structure. Crystalline structure form होने के बाद में क्या होगा? Expand भी हो जाएगा. It will be lighter, and that lighter part, it will take the topmost layer. Okay, you all are with me now? कोई हाई एल्टीट्यूड में गया नहीं ना, कश्मीर में, हिमालय में, to check the abnormal behavior of water. Sure ना? हाँ तो पार रख तेरा परफ्यूम, रख उसको साइड में, otherwise give it to me. So instead of getting shrink, what happens here? होता क्या है? Expand होता है, वो expand होता है, it become lighter in weight, and when it is expanding, what it is converted into particular crystalline structure, जिसके लिए ज्यादा स्पेस लगेगा. ऐसे रैंडमली प्लेस नहीं है, सॉलिड फॉर्म में इट इज गेटिंग कन्वर्ट ना, तो वहां पे क्या होने वाला है, इट इज गेटिंग अ पर्टिकुलर शेप. तो शेप के लिए, क्रिस्टल के लिए इट रिक्वायर मोर स्पेस, लाइट इन वेट, ओके, वॉल्यूम ज्यादा हो रहा है, उसका डेंसिटी इट इज गेटिंग रिड्यूस. ये वाला जो रिलेशन है डेंसिटी एंड वॉल्यूम, दैट्स व्हाई आई आस्क्ड यू व्हाट इज रिलेशन और इक्वेशन फॉर डेंसिटी एंड वॉल्यूम. क्या होने वाला है वाटर का, क्या होने वाला है? एबनॉर्मल बिहेवियर मींस व्हाट? एक मिनट, लेट मी कंप्लीट दिस क्वेश्चन. जब तक तुम मुझे सोच के बता ना, एबनॉर्मल बिहेवियर मींस व्हाट?
पर हमारे मतलब पिछले साल हम पे ना कोई तो दूसरे
Who is good with this? Come here. We want to see the video about this. छोटा सा एनिमेशन
हाँ तो हमारे यहाँ पिछले साल है ना कोई और ट्विटर थे, उन्होंने बताया कि it expands for a certain time, then it like contracts.
Let us watch a video, a very small, 4 to 5 minutes वाला video chat. That means is sitting at home. Very small video. So in case of water, what happens when we start cooling? Initially it will get shrink. Okay, और ये shrink वाला कौन सा part रहेगा? The topmost layer. But again, if you start cooling it, then instead of getting converted into solid state, it will start expanding, and when it start expanding means it is forming crystalline state. छोटा वाला सा वीडियो बताओ, क्या कहाँ पे क्या कर रहा है? Where you are going?
Exit करना उसको, escape दबा.
इसको रहने तो शेयर वाले को चालू रहता तो डायरेक्टली गो ऑन करो.
हम शेयर किए अभी ना वो
नहीं होता. Instead of using this one, can we have any other option? If I bring my laptop, it will do.
पेन ड्राइव लेकर आ जाओ.
छोटा अगर
क्या होता है?
ऐसे आपको फिर इसके बाद
पेन ड्राइव
net is working. And I'm this behavior of water. We don't know. And then you can complete this writing work. Open करो. Pass will write. Open ही है right on.
आया first में.
हाँ देखो first one. छोटा सा वीडियो बता दो. Very small. Okay, this will also do.
मैं 8 मिनट का चलेगा.
हाँ.
Yes, it's my new casting from Los L'Oreal Paris.
लगाने दे.
फ्री में देखते हैं तो ये तो सब देखना पड़ेगा एडवर्टाइज.
हाँ तो रहना हम online.
Hey, you know now this hair dyes contain nitrogen. They are not ammonia free. Is written no ammonia.
It's a glass of
I was following.
so light for lemonade on a hot summer day. The chilling effect of ice is so relieving, I tell you. But is that all ice does? Actually, no. Its importance is far beyond that. Do you know? Ice is responsible for the existence of life on Earth. But how? Find out.
ये तो ऐसे पता है.
Ice
Sahil.
is quite a unique substance. Notice when I push these cubes down, they come right back up to the surface.
Right.
Don't they?
ऐसे ही होता है ना.
Actually,
Ice normally it floats on the surface.
denser than the liquid counterparts. So most of the time,
Beta.
zinc is placed in their liquid form. But ice, despite being a solid form of water, floats on it. If you zoom into the molecular level, you will see these randomly moving H2O molecules, which, if cooled below 0 degrees, convert into ice and get
Structural form.
locked in this beautiful cage-like structure. We have an entire video explaining how this happens, so do check it out. Now, let's observe what happened during the cooling. As the temperature falls, the randomly moving H2O molecules slow down, start coming closer, and occupy less space. As a result, the density of water increases. But this happens
Density
only
increases,
4 degrees
volume
Celsius.
decreases.
At
Barabar?
4 degrees, water starts to expand. But why? Remember that cage-like structure of ice? As the temperature dives below 4 degrees Celsius,
4 degree, huh? Below
comes
4
close
degree.
to its freezing point. So its molecules try to arrange themselves in that cage-like manner. To do that, they need to move apart and water expands. That is why water below 4 degrees is less dense and tends to float over warmer water. At 0 degrees and below, these molecules successfully form the cage-like structures, and water has changed into ice. If you look closely, you can see these large gaps between the cages, which makes it even less dense than cold water. And that is why ice floats over the water. While most liquids contract and become denser, water expands and becomes less dense if cooled below 4 degrees. This is what we call the anomalous expansion of water.
Abnormal.
Now, you
Understood
must be
which is that process?
floating of ice or anomalous behavior has to do with the life on Earth. To figure this, imagine yourself strolling through a Siberian village and you see a lake. At such low temperatures, you might think that it's completely frozen. If that happens, fish and other aquatic life will just freeze to death.
Time,
Not
hibernation.
just this lake,
What is hibernation?
water body
No.
in such frigid conditions share the same fate. Luckily for fish, that doesn't happen because as the temperature of water starts to fall below 4 degrees, its anomalous behavior kicks in, causing less dense, colder water to float on the surface.
Less dense.
where it
This means
further
what?
cools down to
Volume
ice.
more.
Ice
Understood
is
now?
less dense,
Expands.
floats and covers the water body like a blanket. It is also a poor conductor of heat, so a thick layer of ice on top insulates the underlying water from the frigid atmosphere. This way, the ice layer on top prevents the water body from freezing. So the water underneath remains liquid and aquatic creatures happily survive beneath this icy guardian angel. That is how ice is responsible for the existence of all aquatic life. But not just aquatic. Polar ice caps at the north and south poles are nothing but massive ice blocks floating over the water. What do? They reflect most of the solar radiation into space and they regulate the Earth's temperature. In their absence, Earth would become so hot that life would not be possible on it. Now you know how life on Earth owes a great thanks to the floating ice. But before I leave, here is something for you to think about. How does this anomalous expansion of water change with altitude? I'd love to know your ideas. So make sure you share them in the comments below. And if you love this video and want more such
हाँ कर दिया कि वो अपना स्क्रीन कहाँ पे को
Let's give the Stop कर ले.
Stop कर लिया. Understood?
Uh,
Behavior of water.
बोर्ड दिखाना.
Of course, yes.
हाँ, yes, please.
Do that.
इसको सब आता है.
तो वह next time नहीं होगा. Okay, sure. Now everything you have seen on screen. ये भी है. बताओ मुझे what is it? What is this behavior of water? How it is working? अभी तो पढ़ा देखा वीडियो. हाँ बोल. Question नहीं पहले first you explain me what you understood from this. वही बोल. दूसरा कुछ मत बोल.
When the water temperature reduces, the molecules try to arrange themselves into those patterns.
Okay.
So that's why they expand.
बस. 2 times depression was shown. Right now it was for 2 times.
क्या?
Depression बताया था उसमें.
इसका.
When it starts तुझे water था बेटा वीडियो. Depression मतलब temperature is going down.
Okay, वैसे.
So it was shown. Depression means it is going down. तू वो वाला depression वाला नहीं. हाँ तुम्हारा anxiety depression not that. सब मेरा. Okay, so यहाँ पे from girl side क्या है वो behavior of water? You can have revision question on this part. हाँ क्या है? अब बताओ ना. What's welcome? Behavior of water. देखो मैंने आपको लास्ट टाइम भी बोला था कि आंसर्स देने हैं. पहला थिंग other than topic we will not discuss any other. Strictly stick to your content. आंसर देना है दे दो. No matter if it is wrong. Wrong रहेगा तो हम लोग उसको सही कर लेंगे. We are here to do that only. चलो बताओ what is the behavior of water? ये क्या बात है बोल बोल वो पेपर लिखेगा तो पेपर लिखेगा always write paper. Even you students can try. Students can try. हाँ क्या है what is this anomalous behavior of water? You can have 3 marks question also on anomalous behavior of water. Explain. क्या है? तालिब ने जो शॉर्टकट का आइडिया दे दिया कि टेम्परेचर is going down, so water molecule they try to arrange. It can be of 1 marks also, it can be of 5 marks also. So you give me for 5 marks.
Okay.
अच्छे से proper. हाँ.
When temperature decreases in a particular area or even area which consists of a water body, the top layer of the topmost layer of the water appears to be freezing, particularly before the other parts of the water body, because the ice density is less compared to the water as it expands, and volume is inversely proportional to density. So when the temperature goes to 4 degrees, the water starts to freeze, and when it goes below 4 degrees, the water has to take the shape of an cage, so it starts to expand, and the aquatic life is
Okay. Okay, बोलो correct है. मैं बता दूंगी wherever you have done mistake I will tell. First you come.
aquatic life is living below the ice, as it is stopping the cold winds or the coolness to go down, as it is an inductor,
Conductor of
insulator.
conductor. It is working as an insulator.
It is working as an insulator of heat and not letting the cold winds
Cold or hot.
cool to go in. Okay, the hot to come out.
हो गया? Done. Where he made mistakes? कहीं किया है mistake? नहीं समझ में ही नहीं आया कंसेप्ट. बात का नहीं समझा, वीडियो का नहीं समझा, कौन सा नहीं समझेगा. which thing you did not understood or both things you understood?
Faster.
Open up, open up. अच्छा उसका नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. What about you? You understood? Path वाला understood और video वाला understood या कुछ भी नहीं understood? Understood. Video you understood. So whatever Path said, it is up to the point or something is still lagging behind. हाँ. Path वाला थोड़ा समझ में आया. तो क्या नहीं समझा आपको? Otherwise you tell me what you understood from that video. It will be more better.
हाँ उसने describe.
On the very first day,
सब जगह ना करें, इसको नहीं ये बोला नहीं समझा.
path, wait, let me say now. On the very first day, I told you in chemistry, in science, terms are very. हम हमारे local language में we cannot express the you cannot write answer. Okay, पास वो एक हाथ दूसरा जो वर्ड रह गया है ना आपने अपने हिसाब से पता जैसे मैंने मेरे हिसाब से क्विकली आई सेड डिप्रेशन फॉर मी डिप्रेशन इट इज टेम्परेचर गोइंग डाउन यू आस्क मी नाउ इसका मतलब क्या होता है बिकॉज फॉर यू डिप्रेशन मीनिंग इट इज समथिंग डिफरेंट अंडरस्टूड इसे मैंने डिप्रेशन के साथ में एंजाइटी भी लगा दिया बोला ये अलग चीज है दिस इज अ डिफरेंट डोंट टेक अस इन द रॉन्ग वे उसको जो समझा वो बता रहा है let us see and we will discuss same thing again because for this you can have either 2 marks 3 marks or 5 marks question also describe it describe the complete analogous behavior of water question
मैक्सिमम 3 मार्क की क्वेश्चन थी.
अभी आपका क्वेश्चन पेपर का पैटर्न आई डोंट नो फॉर अस फॉर सीबीएसई क्वेश्चन मार्क्स आर फ्रॉम 1 to 5 समझ में आया वी हैव 1 marks question 2 marks 3 marks 4 marks as well as 5 marks ओके चलो एक बार बता दो व्हाट यू अंडरस्टूड देन आई विल रिवाइज एवरीथिंग हाँ बताना है ऐसा ऐसा सर नहीं हिलाना है टेल मी बोलो व्हाट यू अंडरस्टूड नथिंग यू सेड यू अंडरस्टूड थोड़ा थोड़ा यहाँ पे हाँ बोलो
Yeah, normal
हाँ.
का बोलना.
हाँ वही बोलना है सेम
So when we cool the water, and the temperature of the water is decreasing, and when it hits below 0 degrees Celsius, the water starts to the water particle which is moving in form of liquid slows down and starts combining together, and then the molecules of water start creating a cage-like structure. So from below the 0 degrees Celsius.
अब मैं पूरा आपको सिंपल लैंग्वेज में एक चीज बता देती हूँ ध्यान से सुनना ओके नहीं स्टिल टाइम इज देयर हमारा कितना है 15 मिनट है ना हार्डली इट विल टेक 5 Now, for example, जिसको नहीं समझा है, please focus here. Again, I will not repeat it. Okay. For example, this is the water body. ये पूरा, this is the water body. Okay. In this water body, there is water, right? This water is in liquid state. This water is in liquid state. Okay, so in liquid state, as we have already learned, molecules are little bit away from each other, right? Intermolecular forces of attraction, they are less as compared to solid. This thing we have already learned. Okay, now in winters, what happens? Temperature, it goes down. Temperature goes down. Okay, now in our book it is directly given when we decrease the temperature. So on decreasing the temperature, what happens in the behavior of water? There will be formation of thin film, thin layer at the topmost part. Okay, but why that thin layer is formed? Question is there why that thin layer is formed. Now what we are doing? We are decreasing the temperature. So whatever the water molecules are there which are away from each other, they will get shrink, they will come closer. Okay, अभी shrink होके ये ऐसे close आ गए. For example, these are the water molecules, they are close enough to each other. Okay, क्लोज आने के बाद में क्या होने वाला है? दे विल फॉर्म अ क्रिस्टलाइन स्टेज, हेक्सागोनल रिंग वहां पे बताया जाता है, इट विल फॉर्म क्रिस्टलाइन स्टेज. अब वो सबसे मेन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट दे आर कमिंग क्लोजर, they are forming crystalline structure, they are becoming light in weight, और जब वो light in weight हो जाएंगे, where they will go? They will shrink to the bottom. They will shrink to the bottom. No, they will float on the surface. They will float on the surface, and on surface they will form a layer.
Remember अगर एक conical होगा तो
जो भी कोई सरफेस है, तो तुम आइस क्यूब को कौन सा भी शेप दे दो, आइस क्यूब अगर तुमको जहां पे बनाना है ना, यू गिव एनी शेप, कोई भी मोल्ड में रखो उसको, तुम कटोरी में रखो, बड़ा डेक्चा में रखो, तुम बॉटल में रखो, तुम पोल में रखो, तुम टेस्ट ट्यूब में रखो, यू कीप इन मेजरिंग सिलेंडर, यू कीप इन राउंड बॉटम फ्लास्क, यू कीप इन एनी ऑफ द वेसल, एनी ऑफ द apparatus, you will get layer at the top.
conical flask में layer at the top कैसा बनेगा?
तो क्यों नहीं बने? वाटर का लेयर एट द टॉप क्यों नहीं बनेगा? बस क्यों नहीं बनेगा बताओ? कि मैं देखो पता चल बने, कोई भी ले लो, एनी वाटर बॉडी, और
ऊपर से नीचे बनेगा.
नहीं, ये यहाँ पे पहले आइस फॉर्म होगा, दिस आइस crystal slowly they will move to the top because of less weight. Okay, they will take more surface area, they are in the search of surface area only, जहाँ पे वो float नहीं होने वाला है, अंदर नहीं लिक्विड में घूमने वाला है, कहाँ जाने वाला है? They will be always in the search of surface because they are lightning.
अगर कोई surface ही नहीं होगा तो
How is it possible? पानी किसी में डाल दिया तो सरफेस नहीं होगा.
उसको ऊपर से पूरा ऐसे लगा देंगे ना पाइप से, surface कहाँ से जाएगा?
Hey, if you are taking this much big drum, hey, but ऐसा वाला big वाला, if you have drum, it is completely filled. तुमने उसको ढक्कन भी लगा दिया तो this is the topmost layer ना?
उल्टा कर दो
तो that will be the topmost layer. Okay, now for example, this is that big drum. It is covered, no problem. It is completely filled.
full to the brim.
Hmm?
Full to the brim.
हाँ,
Covered full to the brim.
अच्छा, हाँ एकदम top most layer till the mouth of that container. Okay, this is a top most layer. अभी जैसे इसने बोला इसको उल्टा कर दो, हाँ उल्टा कर दिया ना, उल्टा करने के बाद में तो उसमें लेयर है ना.
नंबर 2 फ्रीज हो गया, एक लेयर बन गया,
हाँ.
उसको बाद में वापस उल्टा करके
तो उस साइड से हो जाएगा.
तो नीचे वाला कहाँ है?
तो उन्होंने एक्सपेरिमेंट आपको बताया ना, ग्लास में पानी लेके आइस डाला था, उसको अंदर दबाया, प्रेस किया, बट अगेन दैट आइस केम अप ना. हाँ, you invert it n number of time, it will come up only, every time it will come up. करने दे मुझे, क्या मेरा और पीरियड बढ़ जाएगा आगे. इसको तो उल्टा भी करेगा. वाटर वाला ड्रम, here we have water, it is converted into ice at topmost layer, right? Here what I told you, less mass, it will come to the top. If this drum containing layer at the top, if you invert it, okay, according to you that ice it will go down bottom, but वो bottom में भी गया ना, तो after some time मतलब melt होने से पहले it will come at the top only. अंडरस्टूड ना? अपसाइड डाउन करोगे इसको तो यहाँ वाला जो आइस है जब करोगे इट विल कम अप ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स वेट, एंड वेयर लेयर इज फॉर्म अगेन एट द टॉप, मतलब जो पहले बॉटम था उधर ही जाए. तो उसको कितना भी उल्टा कर सुल्टा कर कुछ भी कर ले, दिस इज ओनली गोइंग टू हैपन. अंडरस्टूड? दिस थिंग इज क्लियर. In liquid, water molecules are away from each other, but once cooling is started, slowly water is converted into ice. When we are saying water is converted into ice, this means what is happening? Intermolecular forces of attraction, they goes on decreasing, and this liquid it is converted into solid, and this water get particular shape. वहां पे दिखाया था ना, मैंने बताया था, देखो ये हेक्सागोनल शेप में यहाँ पे बता रहा है, it is getting particular shape, and due to decrease in the mass, whatever ice is there, it will float at the topmost layer. Okay, topmost layer. Remaining liquid as it is. Now again further if you are decreasing the temperature, okay, after 4 degree if you are again decreasing the temperature, तो होने वाला क्या है, उसका expanding it will go on increasing. नीचे वाला पानी है वो ऊपर आ रहा है in the form of ice. One thing. Another thing, यहाँ पे अगर sunlight है, okay, so these rays are falling, but they will go inside by
bounce back होगा,
क्या हो जाएगा,
it will bounce back.
why reason she has told ना, what is the reason,
What
हाँ,
is silence?
bad conductor of heat, so whatever sun rays are there they will reflect it back. अभी कूलिंग भी कर रहे हो, सन रेज भी डाल रहे हो, रेज आर नॉट एब्जॉर्ब, दे आर रिफ्लेक्टेड बैक, so further there will be no change, whatever things are here it will be full and final and the aquatic life can easily survive here. ऊपर अच्छा खुश रखते हैं वहां पे, no issue with that. So this is the anomalous behavior of water. Again I am saying you can have revision on this point. Okay, decreasing the temperature, again lowering from 4 degree, instead of getting shrink, it is expanded. याद रहेगा ना, homologous behavior of water. Okay, now relation भी हमने इसमें देख लिया, density and volume. Density and volume का relation भी हो गया ना, volume increases, so density, volume in relation, you have already told na, relation it is inversely proportional, so volume increases, density decreases. If density increases, this means volume,
Mass increase.
मैं volume और density का ही बदलूंगा, if that it is directly proportional. Okay, तो density आप बढ़ाओगे तो mass increase ही होने वाला है, but we are talking the inverse relation between density and volume. क्वेश्चन लिख के रखो वहां पे, राइट डाउन क्वेश्चन. गिव रीजन और एक्सप्लेन लिखो, एक्सप्लेन homologous behavior expansion, ANOMAOUS, expansion of water, expansion of water. Give reason why water shows, वैसा पूरा करो. फोन आप लोगों ने सेपरेट नहीं किए, नहीं होता तो फिर ऑफ करके बैठने बोला रहेगा ना आप लोगों को. किसका ऑन है, give reason why water is showing homologous behavior. ANO, write down spelling, ANOMALOUS. US. Explain it completely. Considering this question is for 4 marks. Okay, all points will be covered along with the give reason. Tahir, एक बार textbook just read it. Whatever given in your, not this one. आपका textbook read.
मेरा ये
अरे बाबा, not module. Textbook. You don't have textbook at home. At home. हाँ तो घर पे ही read करना, यहाँ पे read करने नहीं बोले. Next point, write on conduction. Next is conduction. Now in this video, you have seen that water is a bad conductor of heat. What about electricity?
Good conductor.
Good conductor. Which water is a good conductor?
salt.
Where? Zara first wala.
Water.
Drinkable water is good conductor. And distilled water?
It is bad conductor.
Why it is bad
Because it
conductor?
doesn't have anything to pass on the electricity in it.
Anything what it require?
Minerals or
Minerals, other ions, right now. So whatever impure water is there, even our tap water, it conduct electricity. Even in rainy season, if the walls are wet, they also conduct electricity. Shock लगता है ना ऐसे ऐसे tap wall का, तो फिर वो they conduct electricity. But whatever the distilled water we have, it does not contain any impurities and it will not conduct electricity. Okay, so write down, pure water does not conduct electricity, but but impure water is good conductor. Is good conductor. Okay, and now this part is for you. So when electric current is passed in water, in our book one reaction is given. मैं आपको बताती हूँ reaction. You write down ionization form of that reaction. Okay, so it is dissociation or decomposition of water. Decomposition of water. Write down reaction. Water decomposes into. Last year we have revised.
Two and
Reaction लिखना है. Decomposition of water. Breaking of water. किसमें break होगा? Water में. Balance करो उसको. Write down decomposition reaction of water. So water decomposes as H2O giving. ये तो आपने association addition reaction कर दी. Dissociation मुझे reverse reaction.
उल्टा लिखता हूँ.
हाँ तो उल्टा ही बैलेंस करो उसको. Last time I have written decomposition. वो जब मैंने types of reaction लिया था ना, that time I have done. देखा ना?
Done.
It decomposes as. क्या है balance equation? 2HO. So this is for decomposition of water. उल्टा किया है. Now what is happening here? Here we are having H2 gas as well as O2 gas. ऐसे ही लिखा है ना? Gas. चलो आपका 5 minutes का break ले लो. फिर से वहाँ से एक round मार के आ जाओ. कॉपी मत करोगे. हाँ. बाय मैम क्या खा जा रही है? एक राउंड मैच के आए और खा लिया क्या? थोड़ा माइंड भी आपका फ्रेश हो जाएगा. घर पे जाके वही करना है. वॉइस आओ जाने अच्छा
बचाई.
जाना है क्या? अरे 5 मिनट का ब्रेक लेके आया. चल
अरे भाई खींच क्यों लिया?
हाँ ऑफ करके अंदर आना. चल साइलेंट का नाम बेटा आपका नाम क्या है? ईशान.
Nishan. NISHANT.
मैम ने सर्दी को बोला ना फोन नहीं देखना. फोन लेके जाना सर्दी की.
All off करो. We are not going down, huh?
क्या पता है क्या करते हैं.
तो ले चेंज को बंद कर दो.
क्या करना है कर दो नहीं.
अरे तो मेरा गला
काले को बुलाओ. काले को जल्दी बुलाओ.